It's that time of year again, where a major patch is coming in a month and the Moogle Treasure Trove comes out to play. In this guide, we'll go over what the Moogle Treasure Trove is, what the rewards for it are, and how to go about getting them, including specific farming tips for this particular season's Treasure Trove. Now, the Moogle Treasure Trove is an event that traditionally happens around 1 month before a major patch drops. Which of course means that the announcement of the Moogle Treasure Trove itself is sort of like the signal of approximately when the next major patch is coming. As the major patch cycle is every 4 months, the Moogle Treasure Trove also happens every 4 months. During this event, doing super specific content outlined in the event announcement will award irregular tomestones of something, in this case, creation. Each season of Treasure Trove has its own unique tomestone, and once the season ends, it will no longer be possible to get more of that tomestone. So you can keep whatever tomestones you have left as a souvenir, or you can spend them on the items you can afford. As the Moogle Treasure Trove event ends exactly the moment the upcoming major patch drops, and the event tends to come around a month before, it gives you 1 month to collect any items you want from it. Now, about those rewards. The event contains some general rewards and has some specifics about what categories of items it usually offers. However, these categories tend to be pools of items, meaning that while mounts from a specific expansion may be on the menu, never will all of them be on offer at once, only 1 or maybe 2. The rewards are sold by the itinerant Moogle, that means traveling Moogle, found in each of the 3 starting main cities near the main aetheryte. For a grand prize of 100 irregular tomestones, that I will from now on refer to as Mogtomes by the way, you can buy a glamour accessory, which this time is the Namazoon neckerchief, which is an item exclusive to the Treasure Trove event. For 50 Mogtomes, you can buy a Stormblood Extreme Trial mount, this time being the Hallowed Kamui 5 from the Wreath of Snakes, which, might I add, is brutally difficult if not outright impossible to solo. You can also buy the Albino Caragul Horn, which normally costs 8,400 Skybuilder scripts, which can take quite a while to farm from the firmament in Ishgard. However, this mount is tradable, so you could just buy it from the market board. Finally, you can also buy the Falcon Ignition Key, which gives a mount that is no longer obtainable, so if there's one thing to get this season, it would be this. You can also get the Fist Pump emote that normally drops from Eureka, as well as 2 Orchestrion rolls that tend to be super rare. Personally, I really like the Heartless song among them. Next, for 30 Mogtomes you can buy the Reed emote, normally bought for 1,800 Skybuilder scripts. You can also buy the Ishgardian Half-Barding for your Chocobo, which normally comes from Event Fates. Similarly, the Spotted Fedora and Spencer also comes from Event Fates or can be bought with 4 leaves from Unreal content. There are also a handful of mounts to be had that are significantly easier to get under normal circumstances than the 50-tome mounts. The Drakehorn and the Direwolf Whistle are mounts awarded for reaching a certain reputation rank with the Amaljar and Ixal or Realm Reborn tribes respectively, which, while tedious, is not difficult. You can also buy the Santoth and Endbar whistles that are easily farmed unsynced from Garuda Extreme and Leviathan Extreme. Finally, the Dark Lanner and Sophic Lanner can also be purchased this way, and normally drop from Nidhogg Extreme and Sophia Extreme, P1T6. If you were to only get one of them, the Nidhogg encounter tends to be longer and thus be more time consuming to farm. In addition to all these one-time purchase items, for 30 you can also buy 2 treasure maps. And unlike normal treasure maps, you can hold as many as you like of these. So if you like doing treasure maps, specifically level 80 treasure maps to be sure, then this is a great way to stock up. You can also buy MGP for the Gold Saucer, which is helpful if you're saving up for something expensive from there. For 20 Mogtomes, there are furniture items that I would suggest not buying, considering that they are craftable by completely normal means. For 15 tomes you can buy an augmented Lost Allagan armor for any role you like. But this means only the chest piece. The rest of the set is acquired through Centurio seals from clan hunts in Heavensward and Stormblood primarily. And then, for 10 Mogtomes you can buy Shroud Riding maps. These are normally bought with allied seals, which are normally acquired through a Realm Reborn clan hunts or the Masked Carnival. However, these riding maps only boost your ground move speed, and most people will simply start flying once unlocked anyway, making this boon completely irrelevant. You can also buy a couple of triple triad cards that normally are dropped by NPC challenges. For 7 tomes, you can also buy a couple of cards, one that normally drops from the Burn and one from the final Stormblood Alliance raid. And also for 7 tomes, you can buy a couple of Orchestrion rules from lower ranks of the Amaljar tribe and the Vanu tribes. To be clear, the Vanu tribe one is accessible within 1 day of doing their dailies. Now, with all of those exciting rewards, I'm sure you're thinking, so how do I get these Mogtomes? Well, during the event, certain dungeons, trials and raids will have a little Moogle face next to them in the menu. This indicates that it will award Mogtomes, but only if the content is done synced. Now, this reward system is not exactly built fairly, and some content can be used to farm them faster than others. For example, 7 Mogtomes for doing the Praetorium or Dun Skate is not very impressive when you know they take over 30 minutes to do typically. Getting 5 for winning a frontline match or 3 for losing is also not that impressive, knowing these matches can go on for up to 20 minutes. However, if you were going to do PvP anyway, that is pretty neat. This season, the big breadwinners in terms of farming Mogtomes are Bravelox's Longstop Hard, Cutter's Cry and the Sunken Temple of Khan. And to farm them quickly, you will want to bring as many blue mages as you can, and at the bare minimum, you need to be level 50 with item level 130 gear, bring the spells Ram's Voice, Ultra Vibration, Missile, Moonflute, Whistle, Final Sting and Ethereal Mimicry. Although there are many spells that you can add on top of these to make some parts go even faster. Bravelox's Longstop Hard appears to be, when done perfectly, the most efficient. However, both Cutter's Cry and Temple of Khan are significantly easier to do at a fast pace. If you like to do content solo as a blue mage, you will also be happy to know that all 3 dungeons can absolutely be soloed. Just remember that you need to toggle both unrestricted party and level sync, otherwise you will not get any Mogtomes. A tip for the final boss of Bravelox's Longstop Hard in a blue mage party: if all 4 blue mages are geared properly, have whoever tanks turn off Mighty Guard, and then all 4 casts Whistle, Moonflute, Swift Cast and then Final Sting on a pull timer. This should kill the boss outright, preventing the multiple intermissions that drag on the fight for several minutes. If you don't have a blue mage party to do it with, or you just prefer to do it the old-fashioned way with normal jobs, then I think Cutter's Cry or Temple of Khan will be significantly faster than Bravelox's Longstop Hard, as the speed of that dungeon depends entirely on that Final Sting trick to be fast. That is all I had for you on this subject. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to support me and my channel, you can like the video, leave a comment, subscribe and hit the bell to get notified when next I post a video. If you want to give even more support than that, you can also become a member of the channel. Fun fact, traditionally, Aurum Vale has always been a 4 Mogtomes dungeon in this event. This is the first time in a long time that is not the case. A few seasons ago, Binding Coil of Bahamut Turn 2 was an option for 2 tomes, but it could be consistently beat in a single minute, making it the fastest way to farm the tomes, possibly ever.